Hello, it is Andy, and this is a weekly reading vlog. Now, I never planned to do a reading vlog this week, or any week. I've gone off, like, you know, I've not been posting. But I am going to be off work this week. Not by choice. So back to the start of the story, just so I get this all straight. Monday last week, so it's currently the 24th of March, the last full week of March. Monday last week, I was brushing my teeth, finished brushing my teeth, turned round from the sink, but what I did was I pivoted on my left foot instead of lifting both my feet when I was, not like jumping, but like do. So what I did was I lifted my right foot and I turned, but unfortunately my foot did not move, but the rest of my body did. So my knee went right out of the socket. I put it back in straight away. Like, I turned round and I was like, crap, and then I just flung my knee out, my leg out, and like popped it back in. However, the pain continued to get worse throughout the day while I was at work, and so I ended up at minor injuries after work. And then had to go back in the morning for x-rays because their x-ray was closed by the time I got there. I did call, rude, I called 111, they sent me there. They should have known that the x-ray was off. Apparently it happens quite a lot. They were very, like, annoyed on my behalf. But yeah, I got put in, I'll need to show you later, I'll need to remember to show you later, this brace for my leg that literally goes from, like, hip to ankle. Like, my whole, you probably would have seen it before, because I had it on my right leg when I dislocated my right knee. So, the same thing on my left leg. Big, like, brace. It's got 4 big metal, like, this thick metal bars that go through it to stop you from being able to bend your knee. And I had to keep that on for a week. And so I ended up having to take the week off work because I couldn't drive, I couldn't walk, I couldn't sit at a desk. Literally, I had my leg had to be straight the entire time. And so I went back to work today, and immediately my work were like, you don't look like you're in a position to be working right now, because I still can't really weight bear on my leg. I've taken the brace off, but I've not really been able to walk. Like, I can walk, but it's like with crutches, and I'm still like, I can't bend my knee without a lot of pain. Like, if you've ever had a pain so bad that you feel physically sick, that's the kind of pain we're talking. And my kneecap is still slip sliding and popping and stuff. So I have an appointment with the orthopaedic surgeon on Wednesday next week. And my work basically are like, they want me to stay off until at least I've seen the ortho. They've been amazing about it. Like, literally, they care more about the fact that I recover than the business, which is normally it's like, well, in the interest of the business, we need you back to work. Like, that's what you normally get. What I got was, like, we don't care about the office. You need to be better. Like, that's all that matters is your health. So amazing. Like, literally, I have a unicorn of a job. Sometimes I'm just like, most of the time I don't believe that actually, like, they're just amazing. Honestly, they are just amazing. But I thought, since I'm off work this week, I was off work last week, but I was miserable. Since it's Monday and I'm off work this week, I thought, why not do a reading vlog while I'm stuck in the house, unable to go anywhere because of an injury. So I have some books left. This is like my last ditch, not last ditch, but like, it's the last full week in March. I was about to say May there. Wishing the year away. I've knocked over my. There we go. I keep doing that. So yes. So I would like to try and finish North is the Night. You can't see it. I'm like 80 something pages through. 80 exactly. Oh, that was good, Andy. So I'm this far through. It's over 500 pages. North is the Night is a sapphic Finnish fantasy, like Finnish mythology-based fantasy by Emily Rath, who is the author of the Pucking Around series that I absolutely adore. And just like the Pucking Around series, I'm eating this up. Like, I'm reading this so fast. I know I'm only 80 pages in, but I read that after spending the whole of yesterday reading Sunrise on the Reaping. So 80 pages in like an hour or so, is pretty good going. So far, I'm really enjoying it. It's like, I said to Tori, it's like Moana meets The Bear and the Nightingale. Because that, like, it's about, well, so like Christianity's coming in and starting to take over, like their old gods and stuff like that. And at the same time, she's got our gran is like the gran from Moana. It's so funny. Like, I'm loving this so far. And Emily Rath's writing is so readable. It's kind of reminding me a little bit of, is it Gilded by Marissa Mayer? I found that really hard to read because of the writing and because she was focusing on details I didn't care about rather than details that I did care about that I thought were interesting. So if you also felt like the writing in that wasn't good, that's not what I meant, wasn't for you, it wasn't like your type of writing, I would give this a go because it's much more, I feel like it's much more readable than Gilded was. It is also, so it is a sapphic finish, finish just sounds like a weird word to say sometimes. It is a sapphic fantasy romance finish mythos story. Anyway, really enjoying this so far. And then the last thing on my TBR, literally the last thing on my TBR, is Written in the Stars, which will be my next read. This looks chunkier than it is. It's less than 400 pages. So this is, again, another sapphic romance, but this one is a contemporary romance, and this is my pick for Becca for this month. Yeah, Becca was my March pick. I didn't do a TBR, so I pulled Becca's book, and yeah, this is the first in a trilogy, so we will see how that goes. And because I've got like a while left, I did pull a couple more books to read. So I've pulled Unravel Me by Becca Mack. This is book 3 in this series, and I've been really enjoying it, so I would like to continue that. And also Dead Until Dark by Charlene Harris, which is the first in the it's actually called The Southern Vampire Mysteries. Is the original name of the series. You may know it as the Suki Stackhouse books or the True Blood books. That's what this is, the first book in that. This, I would like to say, like, the white stuff on there, and the marks, that is someone's coffee. I got this, and it's got pen on it. I got this from Amazon, wrapped in, like, cellophane. So why it's like this, I don't know. It's also got really bad, what looks like foxing on the edge, so I've put the whole set, like, because these are also like mini size books, because like what is that? So I've put this full set, and it's not even the full set, I've got the other books at full size, so I've put that back on my wish list so I can remember and go back and get it at some point, the whole box set. But I've been wanting to reread those books again, and my TBR's down low enough that I feel comfortable rereading. So I'm starting to pick up stuff for rereading. I do also have, I think it's Play Along is the next one in the Mile High was the first one. Windy City series. I've got that on Kindle and I've been reading that as well. But yeah, so we're just going to see how we go this week. Can I get 4-5 books read? Possibly. I literally have nothing else to do. It's me and Hamish against the world next week, so wish me luck.
It was a storybook ceremony today inside Westminster Abbey, where the future King of England, Prince Philip, Duke of Cambridge, married his childhood sweetheart, Lady Martha Fitzroy. Thousands came to cheer the couple, and to cheer the Prince's younger brother, Prince Henry, known affectionately as Prince of England's Hearts, and their younger sister, Princess Beatrice, whom all the world adores. The wedding reception boasts a who's who of international guests, including Alex Claremont Diaz, the charismatic son of the American president. Also representing the US is Nora Holleran, the vice president's granddaughter.
She's talking about us.
Mr. Claremont Diaz is often referred to as the American Prince Henry.
So much of this vlog is going to be on Monday. I'm watching Red, White and Royal Blue, as you're aware, eating crackers because my stomach hurts, and literally like I can't even read the words. There's something else that does this to me. I can't remember what it is, but there's certain quotes that like catch me out in books, and films and stuff. And the one from Red, White and Royal Blue that always gets me. And I'm literally sitting, staring at the screen going, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it, don't say it. And of course he says it, because that's how films work. But the one that always gets me from Red, White and Royal Blue is the history hub. I bet we could make some. I don't know why, but every time I read it in the book, every time I read it in the book, every time I see it in the film, every time I see it written down on a TikTok, anything like that, it just sets me off. I can't remember what some of the other ones are, but that's definitely one. I think there might be one from Heartstopper, but I can't remember. And there's one from Codename Verity. I think it's Kiss Me Hardy is the one from Codename Verity. If you've read it, you'll understand. It's a thing. If you've not read Codename Verity, you should read Codename Verity. It's about female pilots and spies during World War II, based on like not actual people, but like there were female pilots and spies. They were incredible, and yeah, one of the lines in that gets me is "Kiss Me Hardy," and it sounds ridiculous, but in the context, it makes so much sense. But the history hub point, like, honestly, these two are killing me. These two are killing me. Can we just appreciate, is it Taylor Zachar Perez? His name is. I can never remember first names. How gorgeous his eyelashes are. Like, can we just appreciate it for a moment? Anyway, I'm gonna go finish the film, eat more crackers, cry a little bit more, and yeah. Hello, good evening. It's Tuesday. I have spent the day watching YouTube, realistically. I even finished my watch later and decided to watch recommended videos because apparently I have no chill. Yeah, I have read more of North is the Night. I'm now, that doesn't make it easy to see. There we go. I'm this far in. I'm almost halfway. I'm 248 pages in. And it's still really interesting. Like, it's still holding my interest. I've read like 200 less 40 pages ish, 200 less 30-ish pages. I can't do that math. I was on 80 pages. I'm now on 248 pages. That's how much I've read since like tea time, and it's now, I can't see a single thing. I can't see the time. Yeah, so it's been like maybe a few hours, and I've read nearly 200 pages. A lot is happening, a lot is going on. We've got a lot of like mythology being woven into it, goddesses and gods and witches and shamans, and it's a lot. It is more, like, the more it goes on, the more it reminds me of The Bear and the Nightingale, like that slow, it's not even slow burn, that's not what I mean, but like slow story, like an epic story. And it's like, I'm actually thinking about taking a break. I was saying to myself, I'll get halfway through and then I'll take a break to read something contemporary just to get my brain, like, because I find fantasy quite heavy, even this kind of fantasy where it's like based in reality and mythology, like when it's this kind of like heavier mythology and there's a lot of like near death. Like the way I've been worried the whole time, even though I'm assuming it'll be fine because there's still a lot of book to go. I might not be fine, but like I'm concerned about the characters. Like I say, I'm really enjoying this so far. I'm so close to halfway through. I think halfway is like 280 something. I did have it, but I don't remember. It's chapter 30. Anyway, chapter 30 is halfway through, and I'm on chapter 26. That is literally all I have to report to you. It was 17 degrees today. 17 degrees. That is mental. Kay was out earlier taking out the big Budley stump that's been getting on my nerves forever. And I've been on my chair, resting my leg, trying not to bend my knee. So, yeah. I did, in fact, bend my knee earlier by accident. I was getting up off my chair and my foot got stuck on the floor and it bent my knee. Oh, that was sore. It was so sore. So sore. But, yeah, I've yet to hear back from the doctors about my sick note because they're supposed to be doing one until I see the ortho next week. I also have the hairdresser tomorrow, so that'll be interesting. It's tomorrow evening, just for a cut, because this is ridiculous. Like, that should not be that long. I hate when my fringe gets this long and it doesn't do the thing, and it just, like, you can't see properly because my hair's, I'll put it up in a clip because it was annoying me, because it was, like I say, it was 17 degrees. It was very warm in here, and I think I've got, like, a virus, or, like, my throat's swollen and I'm congested. So I was, like, feeling really warm earlier. Yeah, I'm just rambling now. I'm going to go and read some more of this book. Hello. It is significantly later. It is 1:30 in the morning. And after telling myself I wasn't going to get to part four of the book, yeah, I am just over 100 pages. Just under. So it's 553 pages. It's 570 pages on the dot. There we go. It's 570 pages and I'm on page 456. So just over 100 pages. Just over 100 pages left. And as you can tell, I've been flying through this. This is going all over the show. I could not predict anything that happens. And, well, actually, to be fair, there was one thing where I was like, I really hope this doesn't happen. I said to Kate, I was like, I really hope this doesn't happen. And it's kind of happened. It's still kind of up in the air. But we shall see how things go tomorrow, because I need to go to bed. I'm very tired. Well, the hairdresser's tomorrow, so this mop. It'll be interesting to see how I feel sitting in the chair, because that'll be really uncomfortable. Yeah, I'm gonna go to bed. I just wanted to update you that I've just got over 100 pages to read, which I'll be able to finish tomorrow. And then I've just got Written in the Stars, Unravel Me, and Dead Until Dark to read. Technically, Written in the Stars is the last thing on my TBR, but I've pulled those two books as well, so I'm doing really I'm doing really well for it being Tuesday. Hello, it's Wednesday, as you can tell. Probably. I've been to the hairdressers. Got my mop freshly chopped, and this looks weird. It always looks weird when I've been to the hairdresser. Anyway, it's all been sorted, hair's done. We're all good. Somebody is doing some kind of work outside or in another house, and it's annoying. Anyway, I finished North is the Night. I read enough so that I had 40 pages before I had to go to the hairdresser, and I've just finished it now, after the hairdresser, obviously. I really enjoyed that. That was really interesting. Like I say, none of it went the way I thought it was going to go. I forgot that it was like Emily Rath, so there was like a thing that happened where I was like, oh, like, how's this going to go? But then I forgot it was Emily Rath, so it went very well. I'm so excited for South is the Sea, I think is the next one, and to see where it goes. It's only a trilogy. I really enjoyed it. It is a lot of Finnish mythology, a lot of like, one of the things that even Emily Rath said was like, it's like Hades and Persephone esque, but sapphic, and I don't know how else to. Bear the Nightingale meets Hades and Persephone meets Moana with the grandmother. I'm not even kidding. She's so funny. I love the grandmother. Anyway, I'm now on to Written in the Stars. This is technically the last book on my TBR. This is the last book on the TBR that I chose. I do still have Unravel Me and Dead Until Dark sitting there to read. But officially, this is the last book on my TBR. So I'm quite happy with my progress. Hello, it is Thursday now. It is Thursday. I have showered, I have changed clothes, jammies. I am not wearing proper clothes when all I'm doing is sitting at home with my leg elevated. Anyway, not that you care. So I've been reading Written in the Stars. I don't think I've updated you because I'm really crappy at updating through the day. I'm now this far through, which is 240 pages through. I have 126 pages left. And I'll be honest with you, I'm so ready for this book to be over. I don't quite understand what's going on, because when I'm reading it, I started this today. No, I didn't. I read 100 pages last night, and then I've read the rest of it today. When I'm reading it, I am flying through it. I don't want to put it down. I just keep, I am eating it up. But the moment I close this book and put it down, I don't want to pick it up again. And I don't know if it's me. I don't know if it's the book. I don't know, I don't know. I don't know. I want to see how it goes once I finish it. There's nothing inherently wrong with it. There's nothing. I think my brain is just I'm not finishing this fast enough. I'm running out of days and I have books to read. I think my brain's just doing that whole panic thing. And this is the thing about BookTube and the bookish community and all that sort of thing. You get this feeling where you need to be reading or you're a failure. And that's just not true. Obviously, it's not true at all. But sometimes that pressure can then affect your enjoyment of books. People read books for content. I don't tend to do that because I don't really make content around vlogs like this. Not even like this. This is just what I read. This is a weekly reading vlog. But people do vlogs that are reading specific things. Say they do a romance reading vlog or a horror reading vlog, or I read this author for a week, or things like that. And then maybe they're not reading what they want to read, and people get burnt out and stuff like that. And you know. But I mean, this book wasn't my choice to read. Technically, it was from my 12 and 12, and for some reason it made it a little bit intimidating. But like I say, when I'm reading it, I'm loving it. I'm really flying through it. But there's just something that's not clicking with me. I normally love a fake dating trope, but this just doesn't feel the tension doesn't feel high enough. I think that's my problem. The tension isn't there, and I feel the characters are a little bit shallow. They're not as deep into the characters as I would want them to be. But I don't know if that's just got to do with the way I'm reading it. I'm not because I'm not feeling great. I don't know. Like I say, we'll see how it goes in the end, because I could be reading a book and I could be not enjoying it, and then I get to the end and I'm like, wow. So I think it's me. I genuinely think it's me, because like I say, when I pick it up, also it could just be the fact that it's it's a really stiff book. I know that sounds stupid, but do you ever think that when you're uncomfortable reading a book, physically uncomfortable, it affects the way the book reads? At least with North is Night, it was a hardback, so I could literally just lay it open on my knee. I didn't need to touch it, really. Whereas this, it's really, really stiff, and because I don't like breaking spines, I'm reading it like this, and it's quite. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. I'm not feeling it as much as I wanted to. I don't know. We shall see. When I finish it, I'm going to stop rambling on. I did it, friends. I finished Written in the Stars. I read 264 pages a day. And this felt like it went on forever. I'm very tired. This, I'm not gonna lie, I still don't understand where I sit with this, because on the one hand, when I was reading it, it was fine. But I got to a point where I was if I don't finish this book tonight and have a fresh start for tomorrow, this is going to put me in a slump. Yeah, overall, generally fine. I'm not looking forward to reading the other two. Maybe just not I need to read them now. But overall, yeah, it was fine. It was good. I enjoyed it. I am, however, absolutely shattered. I need to go to my bed because I'm about to fall asleep. Mid-sentence, because I'm just My fatigue is hitting me really, really hard this week. I don't know if it's the healing process. Like, I don't know if anybody else. I mean, like when you're sick, when you've got like a cold or something, or like whatever, and you get really tired, like your body needs to sleep to heal. Like, it helps the healing process. And I think maybe like my knee healing is like making me tired. Like, my body wants me to rest and sleep and just, you know, to do the healing. Progress report on that. I can bend my knee today. I can't bend it for long, because after a couple of minutes it starts to ache, but it's the most bent I've been able to get my knee in over a week. So a win is a win. We are making progress. Yeah, it still hurts to stand up. Like, I was helping Kay put something on for tea, and I still wanted to cry from standing up just to do a small thing. And walking upstairs and downstairs is still a bit like, I'm having to go like one stair at a time rather than like what you'd normally do where you walk upstairs. I'm just like so that's fun. But yeah, other than that, my knee's feeling a lot better. I'm excited tomorrow because I'm going to see Adam's family. It is a Amdram. Would it count as Amdram? I think it counts as Amdram. That Bobby's in. She is playing Wednesday, which is so exciting. I'm so proud of her, and it means I get to see everybody else as well. My mum is coming with me. My brother and sister are coming with me. Yeah. So I just need to remember. I got a thing for Vicky because I saw it and I was like, I need to get that thing for Vicky, and I need to remember and take it to her tomorrow. I will show you the thing. Prepare yourself. This is the thing. Isn't it amazing? It's a little dinosaur. It's a little dinosaur. And he's got... I saw this in the garden centre, and I literally just walked away. I got it ages ago. I literally just walked over to it and grabbed it, and I was like, you're coming home with me, because I need to give you to Vicky, because look at him. Look at it. It's spectacular. I don't think the camera's doing it justice. Like, the paintwork, the eyeball, focus on the eyeball, like, his little face. Oh my god. I love it. So I need to remember this tomorrow to give to Vicky. You can sit there on my chair. I just, literally for no reason, I was like, I could totally save this for Vicky's birthday. Vicky's birthday isn't until like November, so that's just, I can't keep it for that long. I could, but I'm not gonna. He's going to Vicky tomorrow. I just love it. I love it so much. I love it when you find things like that. When you, like, Kay came home months ago, with I think it's a cress growing kit from Tesco, but the pot is a zebra. And she was like, I had to. And I was like, yeah, you had to. Have we opened it yet? No, it's just sitting on the side staring at me. Little zebra buddy. But yes, so like, I love that when you see things and you think, yes, I need to get that for so-and-so. So I've got that for Vicky. They have no idea what's happening. The last time I was there, I was like, I forgot the thing. And Vicky was like, the thing? And then Bobby and Tori were like, the thing. And Vicky was like, do I want to know what the thing is? And I was like, you want to know what the thing is, but we're not going to tell you. So that, Vicky said, I don't think I want to know what the thing is now. It's like, you want to know what the thing is. So the thing, this is the thing. Maybe we'll name it The Thing, is going to Vicky tomorrow. I have taken my painkillers. I should go to bed. I should really go to bed. Oh, I don't know if I said this already. If I did, I'll obviously edit this bit out. But I am 1,000 pages behind what I read last month. And it is bothering me to no end. I've only read 12 books relative to my 17 and 16 books last month. In the month before, like, January was 17, February was 16. So currently I'm on 12, and I'm trying not to let it bother me. because we are on the 28th. 28, 29, 30, 31. We've got 4 days left. Four days left of March. I am not reading 5 more books or even 4 more books in that time. It's not going to happen. I just need to deal with the fact that it's not going to happen. I've spent this month, you won't know this because I've not been weekly vlogging, but I've spent this month binge watching 16 seasons, 16 whole seasons, not whole seasons because there's some videos missing, of Bondi Rescue. I've been binge watching Bondi Rescue. So yeah, I watched 16. Actually, I think it was maybe like 15 because they're filming season 18 right now. They've got a YouTube channel where they put it all goes on there. They're filming season 18. I think 17 and 18 are currently on their member only, which I'm not a member, so I can't get that. And I think season 12 or 13, 11, 12 or 13 is missing. It's not on the channel. And then there's another one that's got like half season missing. So I don't know what's happening there. Somebody needs to update their YouTube. Or maybe it's just stuff that's behind their members' paywall. I don't know. I would need to become a member to do that. Anyway, I binge watched. I binge watched like all of the available Bondi Rescue, and yeah. And then I actually watched The Modern Family. I am going through a journey with Modern Family. I started rewatching it at some point. I feel like through COVID. And then I did what I normally do, and I dropped off the face of the earth with it. I think I'm on season 10. And I think there's only like 13 seasons. Like, I don't have that much left. Because it's like 22 episodes per season. Except the last season, which is like 13 episodes. And like from where I am now, I think I've only got like less than 50 episodes or something left. Maybe slightly more actually. And they're only like 20 minutes long. Sorry, I'm tired. It should not be this hard for me to watch Modern Family. But every time, and I refuse to watch anything else until I've told myself, you cannot watch anything else until you finished Modern Family. The wind just howled past the window there and it gave me a fright. I've told myself I'm not allowed to watch any TV series. I've been wanting to rewatch Buffy. I've been wanting to rewatch something else. I forgot what. I've been wanting to watch other things, but I'm like, no, not until you finish Modern Family. Because I only got up to a certain point in Modern Family when I was watching it before, which is why I wanted to start and rewatch the whole thing just to get it all together. And it's been like 5 years. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to go because I need to go to bed and the group chat keeps like popping off. So, I'm going to go and update you tomorrow. Hello. It does not look like I've done anything, but I have. I went to see Bobby in the Addams Family. She was Wednesday, which is a big deal because Wednesday's like kind of the main character in the Addams Family musical. Oh my god, I look haggard. Unfortunately did not film while it was there. It was just my siblings came with us and it just got like there was too much going on. Vicky was thrilled with the thing, which is now its name. Absolutely like thrilled. So that's good. And yeah, the musical was so good. It's an Amdram production. I think it's Amdram. I'm fairly sure it's Amdram. And it was so good. Like it's one of those things where like it's so. You know how sometimes you go see Amdram Productions, they're like, okay, this is an Amdram production. This production company that Bobby like is a part of, they really always bring it out. Oh my god, I mean, I'll gush about the people, but the set dressing, the backgrounds, just the set in general was absolutely stunning. Like they had a sort of almost looked like a Widow's Walk set behind them. And it was beautifully done. They had the gate, which looked stunning, like that it would come down. They had the backdrop was beautiful because it was like a starry night, so it was all black, like behind the Widow's Walk style thing. It was completely black with twinkle lights basically for like stars, and then they had the moon, and then they had like a window looking thing with the Adam's A in it, and it was just, the set was stunning. It was, and the thing is, the set that they had for like action around was so simplistic, and it just worked so well. The actual acting was like unreal. They were all so good. Bobby, as I say, was playing Wednesday, and if you don't know anything about musical theatre, Pulled, which is a song from the Addams Family musical, is well known in musical circles, like musical theatre circles, to be one of the most difficult musical theatre songs to perform. It is very belty. It is very like, just like a Pulled Addams Family on YouTube. It's so difficult. Like the it's a really like tasking song, and Bobby did it without breaking a sweat. I mean, I'm sure she would probably be like, because I said to her, I was like, do you realise that's one of the most difficult ones? She was like, yeah, I have to sing it every night. But like, it just seemed effortless, and it was just, yeah. I'm really like, I love going to see this group because they're always so good. The little girl that was playing Pugsley was amazing. Like, they're all, there was none of them that I really had any criticism for. They were just so good. I really enjoyed it. I've never seen Addams Family before, so that was amazing. All I've seen are, when Carrie Hope Fletcher was in it, I saw the promo they did like tonight at the Palladium, I think it was. I've literally just watched it, of When You're in Addams. And then Carrie obviously vlogged a lot of it, so I saw quite a lot of Crazier Than You. And Pulled is a song that Carrie did for another thing, but even she says like Pulled is such a difficult song. So like I've seen Pulled because she did, like I say, she's done it for other things. I've seen When You're in Addams because the Tonight at the Palladium, I think it's called, is just such a good, that I love When You're in Addams. Like, I think it's a great song, and like it incorporates the clicks, and then Crazier Than You is the one that Carrie and Oliver, who played Lucas, would duet. So there was a lot of, like, we had a lot of clips of that, and obviously in the rehearsal room we got to see that as well when she was vlogging. And yeah, I just think like the person playing Lucas did a fantastic job, especially with like Crazier Than You, because it's such a fast song. Like, it's, the music and the lyrics don't actually match up with the beat. Yeah, anyway, I just love it. I'm so excited. I did also read more today. I am now up to page 158 of Dental Dark, and it's funny because it's almost exactly like I remember. Like, this this book in particular, if you're reading this series, is a bit clunky. I was going to say janky, but that's not what I meant, clunky. It's a very clunky start to a book, but as soon as she gets onto the next book, I think she's got it. Like, it's like almost like she didn't know exactly what she wanted to do with her characters here, but she sort of gets it down by the next book. And yeah, it's still so interesting. We've met Bill, and we've met Eric, and we've met Pam, and we've met Sam, Suki and Jason, obviously, like Andy Bellflower. If you've seen the TV show, you'll know the characters that I'm talking about. But yeah, I'm going to watch this, and then I'm going to go to bed probably because it's 12:15, and I just look quite tired. I'm not going to lie, I look haggard. My hair is not playing the game today. It always happens when I get my hair cut for the first little while, it just doesn't want to play the game. And this angle, it's not great. Anyway, acknowledging that I look haggard, I'm very tired. I tried to have a nap there, and I woke up feeling more tired than before I had the nap, if that makes sense. This is really annoying. Can we just do what you're meant to do, please? Apparently no, is the answer to that question. Anyway, it is like, I don't even know what time is it. My watch needs charged. It is 3:30. I am going to get some reading done. I want to finish this book today, whether or not that happens is a totally up in the air question. So it's 326 pages. I'm on 158. So I am about here. I am almost halfway. Not far off. This is, I don't know if you can tell, but this is a not standard size book. So like, drop things Andy. So it is in fact shorter and like smaller. The writing is kind of what you'd expect. So yeah, it is reading fast. I just have had things to do. So I'm going to sit down and dedicate time to reading this. I'm sorry that like this is the only view you're having of me, but this is literally a vlog of me reading in the last week of March, or last full week of March, while off sick from work because I have injured myself and literally can't go anywhere. So this is the view that we're getting. I don't even know if this vlog is going to be interesting, but it is the first of my project vlogs. So like, I've never been somebody who does project vlogs in the sense that all of my weekly reading vlogs have been weekly reading vlogs. It's just been, this is the week, this is what I read. Whereas this is specifically a vlog following me on a week where I'm injured. And yeah, okay, it's kind of like a normal weekly reading vlog. But like I say, hopefully, I don't know. I don't even know. But I want to do other more project vlogs. So like, one where I spin a wheel to pick my reads, one where I let somebody choose my read. Like, you know, project vlogs, other people do them. I've never done them before. This is like the closest I've come. So this is me like slowly dipping my toe in, I think. And we'll see how that goes. Hello. It is later. It's after 8 o'clock. That's all I can tell you. I've still not charged my watch, by the way. It is almost 9 o'clock. And I have been reading. I finished Dead Until Dark. It's over there. I don't want to pick up again. It's got fox on it. I just don't want to touch it because it feels dusty to me. It might be psychological, but I don't want to touch it again because then I'll have to go wash my hands. So I finished Dead Until Dark. Yeah. Again, like, see, if I was reading this book for the first time, I would not want to read on. But knowing the story as it goes on in the series, like, I do want to continue the series. It's such a weird thing when the first book isn't that good. But, like, I also, I don't know if that is a debut or if it's just the first in that series, but I find that, like, a lot of the time first in the series or debuts do tend to be weaker than the rest of the series. Obviously, the longer you're with characters, the more you get to know them as the author, and the more you can kind of play with that. I have, however, also started Unravel Me, and honestly, best idea I've had. This is book 3 in the Playing for Keeps series. I am 30 pages in this far, and it is already my favourite one. So we're following Adam, who is the goalie of the team, and he is really unlucky in love. And wants to find love, basically. But the reason it is my favourite so far is that he has a dog named Bear. He's a Tibetan Mastiff called Bear. Like, this dog is going to be huge. He's still a puppy. He's still a baby. So, yeah. So he's got a dog, and then in the first scene, his dog runs over Rosie, who is going to be, like, the love interest. When Rosie is walking Piglet, who is a German Shepherd that is at the rescue that she works at, or she volunteers at. She works at and volunteers at. And nobody else can really get near Piglet because she's so fearful. And then, like, Bear and Adam, Bear literally like plows down Rosie, and they kind of sit and, like, Piglet gets to meet Bear, and, like, they get on really well, and, like, she likes Adam because they're really patient with her. Like, they know what, like, there's 2 dogs. There's 2 dogs already. 2 dogs. 2 big fluffy dogs. My mum has a German Shepherd, and he is huge. He's a big boy, and he's fluffy as all heck. My mum brushed him the other day, and obviously we're coming into spring, so he's a long-haired as well. So she brushed him. She was brushing him out, and she was like, there was so much hair. And my little sister was like, I could have swam in it. And she was like, I didn't get all of them. She was like, that was just like the back of him. Because he's a fluffy, fluffy boy. He's the kind of dog where, like, if you've seen, like, videos of people, like, literally plucking hair off the dog. And they're just like, because there's so much hair. Anyway, yeah. I have started this. I'm enjoying it immensely so far. I'm really enjoying the two main characters. There's a whole thing with Adam that makes me want to rage, but not at Adam, like for Adam. If you've read the books, you know what I mean. And yeah, I'm really excited. They're just, there's two dogs. There's two dogs. That's all that I care about right now. And I feel like we're going to see progress in Piglet in her because she was abandoned and now she's scared. I don't care about the dog. I'm like, the humans can do it. They're like, I want the dogs. The doggies. Anyway, I'm going back to read it. I'm going to buffer it, apparently. I'm going to get back to reading. What day is it? I don't even know what day it is. It's Saturday. It is Saturday. I don't think I've said what day it is at some point. Maybe I should go to bed. I'm very tired. I'm not making sense. I'm going to go read. And hopefully update you later. I'm stressed. I'm so stressed. I'm sweating right now reading this book. I hate that my brain, like, funnily enough, the main female character of this has anxiety, and the way it works is, like, she catastrophizes. She doesn't say she catastrophizes, but she always, like, worst case scenarios, like, she goes through all the things that can go wrong, which is catastrophizing. And it's just, like, so relatable. So, like, I'm this far in. I'm 183 pages in. And it's all going so well. And I know eventually there's going to have to be, like, a third act conflict. Which is probably going to be, like, here. Maybe here. But, like, I'm so nervous because, like, they've got this perfect little bubble. And I don't want it ruined. I don't want bad things to happen. But I can tell you the two bad things that are going to happen. Like, I know three, well, no, I don't know anything. But there are three things happening in the story that could cause conflict. That could be the conflict. One is his ex-girlfriend, who is, yeah. One is her ex-boyfriend. And one is him lying by omission, shall we say. So I feel like the ex-girlfriend's definitely going to come into it. Like, I feel like she's definitely going to... She's like a cockroach. Like, she's like a cockroach, this girl. And I would like to step on her as such. So I feel like she's going to cause issues. And the omission thing is always going to cause issues. But I feel like they'll get through that for reasons. But I'm very stressed. Like, I'm actually stress sweating. I'm so stressed because everything's so perfect. Read a book, they said. It'll be relaxing, they said. Help you wind down, they said. No, it's stressful. It is stressful. This book is like 503 pages. And I'm scared. I'm scared. Although something just happened that made me laugh so much. And I can see two of the guys ended up with cats. And ended up as cat ladies. Oh, it's gonna be funny. I'm so warm. Like, I do have a blanket on, but like I'm actually stress sweating as well. Like I'm so stressed. So I just wanted to let you know how stressed I was, and now I'm gonna go and stop putting off reading the book because it stressed me out. I just finished Unravel Me. And have been crying, and now I've got hair in my eye. I got an eyelash. This book just about killed me. The difference in quality from the first book to this book is unreal. This... I started crying like halfway through. Like halfway through it, and yeah, this book. I and saying that the dedication, because I've got music playing, You Belong With Me was on, and I was literally 2 pages from the end, and I stopped to do the clap. Dedication. Oh god, the eyelash really hurts. In my eye. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed now. Because it is in fact 5 o'clock in the morning. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. It is and it isn't. The clocks went forward. Yeah, forward. I can never remember how time works. Oh god, now I've got eyelash in this eye. Clocks went forward and I was reading and then I looked up and it was 2 in the morning and I was like, I know I was engrossed, but I didn't think I was that engrossed. Like that I missed an hour. And then Bobby was like, the clocks went forward. I was like, so they did. I always thought it was Saturday into Sunday though. Or Sunday into Monday. I'll be honest with you, I'm not entirely sure what day it is. Let me check my watch, which is now fully charged. It is now Sunday. It is now Sunday and my alarm's going to go off in an hour to take my meds. I don't even think I can take them. Took it at almost midnight. Technically I could take them before I go to bed. The 1 hour time shift messes with me. And the fact that it's obviously now like what time it is. But that is the last book I'd pulled for my TBR. So I've got Sunday, Monday to read or to watch, whatever I want. I'll see how I feel tomorrow if I want to read. But like that is like the TBR extra finished. Oh my god. My eyes are stinging. Like they're actually stinging. I'm gonna go to bed because this is ridiculous. Hello, it is Sunday. We're back to me looking like a hot mess, which has been the whole week basically. Yeah, I finished Unravel Me last night, which you would have seen, and yeah, that hurt me a lot. It didn't just hurt me. It was a whole. I love that book so much. It was so good. But I have started a new book. It is Sunday and Monday is the last day of March, so we'll see how far I can get into this before then. But what I've started is The Accidental Artist by Billy Connolly. This is a kind of like there he is. This is basically like it's more of like an art coffee table book type thing. So like his artworks that he did while, I don't know, just dealing with the fact that he had Parkinson's and mental health toll that certain things took on him and things like that. So basically it's his artwork and then some little stories to go with it. Not necessarily to go with, like he says that in this prologue, like the art that's next to the story doesn't mean anything. Like it doesn't mean anything particular to the story. But we've got some little stories and we've got some art, and yeah, it's an amalgamation of that basically. Just I love Billy Connolly's non-fiction books. Well, he's never done a fiction book that I know. Also, can we just appreciate the Hamishes? Kay's way upstairs, so Hamish has abandoned me. We all know who his favourite is. But yeah, he did Hamish's. Anyway, what was I saying? Lost the thread of what I was saying. Oh well. Yeah, so I'm going to go and read this. I'm hoping I can finish it by the time the month ends. I'm just going to extend this into next week because it's not necessarily a weekly vlog. But I do want to see if I can get one more book squeezed into this month. I have had a slight, like, light bulb, oh shit kind of moment. So this is my TBR for April. And I've gotten my physical TBR now down to 53 books. It was 54, but I've since unhauled a book as well. Because I'm just not going to read it. It's a black cloud that's been like thinging over me, and I don't want to read it. I don't want to read it. And I read the first page or so of it, and I didn't want to read it. So I've unhauled another book. It was a book I got free from like a donation library thing. So it doesn't really I'm less fussed about getting rid of books that I've not paid for. Unless they're gifts, in which case I could hate them and never get rid of them. Because anxiety. Anyway, so yeah, I now have 53 books on my TBR, on my physical TBR. And while my goal was to get to a TBR of 50 books and potentially hold stable at 20 to 30 books. I'm now realising that is going to be, like, I don't think I have enough books on my TBR. I've got 15. I pre-ordered 2 more books today. I have 15 books incoming that I have not read. That's it. That's all my pre-orders that I've not read. So, on top of that, obviously there'll probably be more books that I end up getting between now and the end of the year. But pre-order plus TBR is currently sitting at, 68 books. 68 books. And I read 17 books in January, 16 books in February, and I've currently read 14 books this month. So I'm going to run out of TBR. Like, it's just occurred to me that I'm going to run out of TBR. And while some people might aim for a 0 TBR, what am I going to do? What am I going to do with a 0 TBR? Because I like having the options. I like having the books there that I can pick up and look forward to reading the next month. Like, what am I going to do when I've got no TBR? Like, will I ever get to a 0 TBR? I don't know. But there's less and less coming out that I want to read. Like, I've kind of read or purchased everything that I'm aware of that I want to read. I am just getting into sci-fi properly. So, like, Becky Chambers, Wayfarer series, love that. Obviously, Andy Weir, I love that. Goldilocks by Laura Lamb, amazing. That's basically my sci-fi shelf. And that's the sci-fi. I do have other sci-fis on the shelf, but they're more stuff that I wouldn't necessarily have read if it wasn't for the author. But those ones are particular ones that I'm like, I want to continue down this avenue of sci-fi. But I don't know where to start. I don't know where to look. If anybody wants to give me sci-fi recs, that would be amazing. I've got Jeff Vandermeer. I've borrowed Annihilation from Vicky because that sounds like a sciencey sci-fi. Also, The Girl with All the Gifts. Loved The Girl with All the Gifts. That is a sci-fi horror. Absolutely adore that. Like, the science with the cordyceps and, oh, yes. Give me that kind of sci-fi stuff. But a lot of the sci-fi is like space battles and like high action and like Star Wars, but in written format. And the thing is, I don't like reading that. I like watching it, but I don't like reading that. Like, it leans too much like a fantasy. Like, I struggle with high fantasy because I struggle learning the world and everything like that, if it's not simplistic enough. And if there's, like, I'm not interested in gunfights and battles and blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm not interested in action. That's why The Long Way to a Small Island Planet is one of my favourite books. Because nothing happens. It is like you're sitting with the characters and you're just getting to know the characters, getting to know the nuances of their different species and culture and like personalities and stuff like that. And oh my god, is it amazing? That's what I want. I want scientific sci-fi, or I want sci-fi where it's character based. I will probably end up caving and reading Murderbot. I forgot to ask for that. To borrow from one of my friends, but I'll probably end up reading Murderbot. I might give Monk and Robot another chance. I did DNF that because I got so far in and I was like, I don't give a flying flip who this character is banging on the daily. Like, I don't care, but I think if I just get past that, like, I never met the robot. I never got to meet the robot because I was so fed up with the monk. Like, let's go town hopping and just shag everybody in sight. I don't care. And anybody who loves that,
loves Monk and Robot will be like, that's not what it's about. I know, I understand like the whole concept behind it, but all I could focus on was the fact that we were getting information on like, slept with that person, and then I slept with that person, and then I slept with that person. I don't care. I don't care. I'm not invested enough in you. You're not telling me why you slept with them other than they were there and they were up for it. Like, I don't care. But I think if I got to the robot, things might turn around. So I might give that another chance. See how we go. Because it's Becky Chambers. Murderbot, like I said, I'm willing to give a go. Because everybody keeps... Vicky is, like, adamant. So is Tori. At the point that Murderbot is me. That, like, my personality and everything is so much like Murderbot. So I feel like I need to read it. And also it's coming out with one of my favourite actors in it. So I kind of want to read it before I watch it. That's what I think. Which is funny because I did start watching Silo after DNF and Wool. And we didn't even finish Silo. Like, so many episodes in. And then just stopped watching it. But it's so funny because Silo really is... It's very much akin to what's interesting on... to film is not interesting to read. Because it's literally just... them travelling downstairs. Like, I don't care. But watching it and the conversation, seeing the world, like, stuff going on behind them and what happens on different levels and the change in culture in different levels and the change in wealth disparity and stuff like that. And that was interesting to be able to visualise. I can't do that when you're reading about it and just talking about people walking downstairs. But that is not the point. I still don't know what's outside the silo. I genuinely still do not know what is outside the silo. But that is beyond the point. Yeah, I feel like I'm losing my whole motivation for reading. Like, I'm finding less and less that I'm enjoying. Like, I used to love reading World War II historical fictions, and now it's gotten really, like, the books I'm picking up are not bringing anything new. Like, it's all the same, which, you know, there's only so many stories you can tell, I suppose, because a lot of it will have been kind of similar. And saying that, like, I have a lot of World War II fiction. Like, I'm not saying this is somebody who's read a couple, and, like, I have over 100, I think, World War II historical fictions. Not to mention the non-fictions about World War II that I've got. So, like, it's very difficult to find new stories. Like, it's either men on the front, and it's not even that. That's the thing I'm missing. You don't really get a lot of stories. I've not found a lot of stories that focus on the men on the front and the psychological toll that it takes on them. Because I feel like a lot of the time when stories about the Second World War are told from the point of view or the view of watching the men at the front, it's all about the glory and the war and the bloods and the guts and, like, things like that. Whereas, like, in Memoriam, which is World War I fiction, not a 2, 1, that focuses in on the pure horror of the fact that these boys are going to war. Like, these are children, these are teenagers who are going to war, who are seeing these things, who are changing, who are having, like, things happen. And again, it's very much a character study, but with the backdrop of this horrific thing happening. And that's what I want to see for World War II fiction, because that's what I've not got. I have a lot of books to do with children being moved somewhere. So, for example, Goodnight Mr. Tom, where Willie is taken from London and taken to, I think it's like the Yorkshire or something. I can't remember where it's set. To a guy who, like, lives in not on a farm, but, like, to the country. Oh my god. So, like, we see things like that. The Elizabeth Vine writes about women in the war. There's another author who I can't remember, who also writes about women in the war. The book that comes to mind is Codename Helene, which is about a real woman and real things that she did. Like, I love based on real people, because these people that stepped up were exceptional. I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, there's a lot of, like, things that people manage to do in these situations that I can't fathom even doing. Yeah, like, I'm just getting to the point where a lot of it is the same story told over and over again. Like, it's resisted. Like, when it's set in certain places, like in Europe, it's about people resisting, but it's not like, there's nothing novel about the way they're resisting. Like, it's all the same. Like, I don't know if I'm explaining this very well, but I just feel like the books that I'm seeing aren't giving me any new. The books that I'm reading and picking up, I'm not enjoying anymore because I've read it before. And then romance is something that I'm having an issue with because I'm just getting into romance. Realistically, like the past year or so, I've just really started picking up romance as a genre. But I still have that little, like, horrible voice in the back of my head that keeps demeaning me and demeaning romance novels, saying that it's not, like, but it's not as worthy, it's not as equal as certain things. It's like fantasy and sci-fi and, like, literary fiction. But that's a whole lot of bull. Like, nothing's better than anything else in regards to quality or morality or anything like that. But I've still got this like overshadow of, like, that feeling. But again, with romance, it's, you read so many romances and you just get rinse and repeat of situations, and it's more difficult to find something novel. And for me, novel for romance books tends to be the characters. So I want characters that are gonna, like the characters in the book I just read, they were fantastic. The way AZeBReads writes characters, amazing. Like, there are so many things, but I need these characters, I need these explorations of certain topics within romance books. Sometimes I just want to read a fun, like, I've got Tessa Bailey in there that I'm pretty sure is going to be just a fun, like, chocolate binge book rather than, like, something to really take apart. But it's trying to find what I want at the time of reading. And I'm just finding that I'm struggling. Like, I struggle with fantasy anyway. I would like to try and get back into fantasy, but every time I pick one up, I'm really struggling unless it's something established or something really, like, low urban fantasy. So, for example, Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil. It is a vampire story. So it's very much set in our world, with our world as the backdrop, but there happen to be vampires. It still comes into the fantasy realm because it is fantastical. That I can read, whereas, like, I started reading A Fate Forged in Fire, which is a dragon fantasy set in a whole new world, based on Scottish Gaelic traditions and mythology, etc., etc. And I struggled to read it because, funnily enough, because I was like, I know exactly where the story is going, but also it was like terrorizer porn, because it was just the main character being terrorized. Like, I DNF'd it because I couldn't get past the way she was being tortured and terrorized. Like, it was gratuitous to me, but I know that it's very common in fantasy, and I just don't like that. I cannot deal with that. Like, I even had this trouble of saying, like, if you look back on me reading things like Poison Study, I really struggle with certain points of that because of the, like, peril the character's in. There's certain kinds of, like, physical peril and, like, potential for harm that I really don't like. But funnily enough, it's because it's so well described that I feel it myself, and I don't like that. I don't like that feeling. So, like, it's just something I can't bring myself to read. But yeah, I'm really trying to... It's funny because I feel like I've honed my reading so much that now I have nothing to read. Like, I want to expand my horizons, but I'm just in, like, a general overarching slump. And I don't know what to do. Like, non-fictions, I'm also falling... Like, I've just gone off the true crime stuff. Like, even the true crime that I watch, I've gone off it. Like, I don't know what's wrong with me. I just feel like I'm in a life slump. And I don't know if it's because my EDS is getting worse. I'm in a lot more pain. Like, I thought there was a thing down there, this creepy crawly down there. It's not. There's just a speck of dirt on my glasses, and I could see it when I was moving my head. Anyway, I don't know if it's because my pain is worse. I don't know if it's because I'm struggling with fatigue. I don't know if it's just because I don't know. I just feel like I'm stuck. Like, I don't know what to do. But any recommendations for sci-fi reads that are like Becky Chambers' Wayfarer series, or like M.R. Carey's Girl with All the Gifts, or like The Martian and Andy Weir, Don't Do the Egg. I've read The Egg. That thing gave me an existential crisis. Yeah, anything like that, then, you know, please leave them down below. But I don't know. This is why I've not been filming either. I just really feel slumpy. Like, not just reading slumpy, like life slumpy. Like, it's so difficult day to day because at every point of the day, 24/7, I feel nauseous. I feel like tired. I feel just heavy. Like, I feel like I'm filled with sand. It's horrible. It's a horrible sensation. And part of me thinks it might be the fexofenadine. I think it's either the fexofenadine or it's the urticaria that I'm taking the fexofenadine for. So the fexofenadine is an antihistamine, but it can, I think, make you drowsy. So it might be causing to, like, not like I'm necessarily drowsy, but because I'm taking it so often, because I have to take it 4 times a day, like prescription strength, 4 times the dose. That's how much I have to take. And so it might just be making me overall, like, having that feeling. Or the urticaria is my immune system attacking my body, and specifically attacking my mast cells, which are then releasing loads of histamine. I just said histamines into my system. So, like, if I'm not taking the antihistamine, I can, like, you saw the face and everything. So, like, my immune system is constantly at war at the moment, and I just feel like I'm just, I don't know, I just feel horrendous 24/7 basically, and the world is on fire, which is not making me feel any better. Anyway, I am gonna go read this because this is a whole, like, vlog on its own, I swear. Just ignore how I look right now. I am freezing and I'm trying to get myself warm before I turn on the heating. So this is what we're doing right now. Trying to keep warm. I have started another book. It's the last day of March, and my dumbass self thinks I could read this before midnight. That's not happening. Frick. I'm on a backyard stream with Tori, and my computer's just... Oh, we're back. Okay, it went down and now it's back. Which is why you're sitting at a different angle, because I can't put you on top of the laptop as I normally do, because Tori's there. But yeah, this is Fall With Me by Becca Mack. This follows Jackson, who is one of the Rays. No, that's Emily Rath's books. Vancouver Vipers. Vipers. It doesn't really matter. It's the Playing for Keeps series. This is book 4. I believe there's going to be a book 5 called Breathe With Me, and that is Cara and Emmett, because people have been begging for their story because they are an established couple by the time we get to the first book. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. The last one, as you saw, made me cry. So I'm scared because emotional damage, and I'm excited. I'm also probably delusional, but we shall see. Hello, it is Wednesday. I did not finish the vlog. Obviously, I did not finish the vlog. So I'm just going to come in and tell you how I did. So I started... Where did I get to? I started this. Did not finish it until the 1st of April. So this is going on my April wrap-up, effectively. But yeah, I think that last push was really good to finish off March. Just, it's been nice having something to do while I've been off sick. And yeah, that I can't even remember what I've all read, but you would have seen it. While I'm doing it today, I have been to see the orthopedic physio guy that I had my appointment to see, and he is happy that
everything structurally is sound, it's fine, as much as it can be with EDS, his words, not mine. And also, he is referring me to orthotics to get specialist knee braces made to hopefully keep my knees from dislocating and subluxating as much as they do. He did also, however, tell me that I have bone bruising, so I'm going to be in pain for a few more weeks. He said bone bruising is a total bitch and it will hurt for weeks. He was like, it's not gonna affect you in any way other than it hurts. So basically, like, where my so the way he was describing it, he says it's kind of, there's like a bump like this on the femur, like the femur where it goes down to your knee. Like if this is your knee, the equivalent, like here. And basically your patella sits on the other side of that bump, and that bump is there to stop the patella dislocating. But obviously when it dislocates, it like goes over, so it's bone rubbing on bone. And what happens is the trauma of that gives you a bone bruise. So he said you'll have a bone bruise on the underneath of the patella and on this bit of the femur. So, and he was like prodding and stuff like that, and where it was hurting, he was like, oh yeah, you've got bone bruising. I've heard of bone bruising, but part of me was like, didn't really believe it was a thing. Because bruising's normally like a blood thing, but basically there's trauma to the bone and it's not chipped, which is good. Which explains why they always take x-rays, because they never told me why. They just said, oh, just to make sure you've not chipped anything. But like, or fractured anything, and I'm like, how? But that's why, because you've got that, he kept calling it a knuckle. Like, you bump over to dislocate your toes. Knee. What's going on with me? Shoulders, knees and toes. Anyway, so yeah, he is happy that I've just got bone bruising currently. I'm going to see orthotics to get specialist braces made, and I have to contact my physio just to do like a check over after, like, injury check over, basically. So anyway, I am away to go to the doctors for something unrelated, so I'll finish up this vlog, and yeah, God knows when this is going to get posted. But thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Image also says bye, apparently. If you want to leave me an emoji of some kind, leave me some kind of spring emoji, because spring, I feel like spring has sprung. I feel like I'm safe in saying that the spring has sprung, because it is absolutely stunning outside, and our neighbour's cherry tree is looking good. So yeah, I'm going to say spring has sprung, so leave me a spring related emoji down below. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!